Welcome back to the HMONG purple hat. This is going to be part 2 of this hat. And remember, this hat is going to be for size 3 to 6 months. So before we start, we're going to start off with a slip knot to begin with. Okay, go ahead and put now that you have your loop, go ahead and put your crochet stick through, and now we are gonna chain 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we have 10 chain. So the second chain from the hook, we're going to put 1 double crochet into it. And then for the next one, we're going to put another double crochet. So go ahead and put 1 double crochet into every single one of those stitch all the way back to the beginning. And at the end, you should have 9 double crochet stitch. Alright, so now that you have your 9 double crochets, what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 to chain up, and then we're going to flip our work over, and then in that same double crochet, we're going to put 1 double crochet into it. And then we're going to put another double crochet into the second one. So pretty much we're putting 1 double crochet into every single stitch that we see. And then once you get to the end of the your row, go ahead and just chain 1 to chain up and start again. Now I have a total of 6 rows that I have done, and then that's pretty much all that you really need is 6 rows. So I have cut off, and then now I'm going to get the color. Now I'm going to change my color to white so that I can have a little bit of white on top. And then go ahead and just slip, your white through. And then, of course, what I like to do is I like to tie my colors together, just so that it can be secure. And then what we're going to be doing with the right string, instead of double crochet, we're going to be doing single crochet. Okay, so how we're going to be doing our single crochet is go ahead and just put your crochet stick through to your first stitch, and then go ahead and grab the yarn, and you have 2 loops on your hook. Wrap you around the hook and pull through, and that is how you do a single crochet. Now go ahead and continue doing your single crochet stitch all the way through to the back. To the end. Okay, so now that you're done, go ahead and just fasten off and cut off your string. Okay, and then that is it for the and then this will be the part for the front of the hat. And then with your strings, go ahead and just use your needle and sew everything in, and of course sew that part together. And then after you finish sewing it together, you're just gonna flatten it out, and then it's gonna become there we go. And then that is going to go right in front of our hat. Alright, so now we're going to be doing the ribbon part of the hat, and we're going to be using our knitting stick. So we're going to start off with the white string. Now go ahead and pull some of the strings, and we're going to do a slip knot. Make sure that the string that you guys have that are left over is long enough, because that is what we're going to be using to cast on to the knitting stick. And now we're going to cast on to the knitting stick. Okay, so now I have 2 loops. And you're going to want to just keep on doing that till you have 5 loops on your knitting stick. Alright, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 loops on my knitting stick. I'm going to begin my first row. So that was row 1, and now we're going to do row 2. Now with row 2, we're just going to change the color to black. And then that's how you change color. So just make sure that every other row that you change color. And of course, we're going to do black again until we get back to the other side. All right, and then we just keep on doing that all the way until we have the length that we want, or the length that we need in order to wrap our hat. Okay, so I'm done with knitting my my strap, and then this is how the front look like, and then this is how the back will look like. Now that you have your strap, you have your the front of your hat, and you have your hat. Now we're just gonna sew everything together. So first we're gonna sew the front of the hat on. Okay. Now, usually for me, I like to sew up to about 3 rows from the front of that from the front. So I just sew down 3 rows and then I leave the other half unsew so that when they're wearing the hat, it won't be stuck onto the hat and it won't become a shape of their head. So now that you're done with putting on the front, now we're gonna grab our needle and yarn. You can use the white or black. I just like black. And we're gonna put on our strap onto our hat, sew it onto. So go ahead and just lay it out on how you want it to be on the hat. And then go ahead and just start sewing in. Now do keep in mind, if you guys do have the white yarn, then go through only the white part of the strap. But if you guys have black like me, then only sew through the black. And then you when you are sewing, try not to sew it straight through to the back, and just try to grab some of the pretty much the edge of the hat, or only the front part of the hat. But if this is something that is just for you, you can just sew it straight through too. See, because I didn't sew it straight through, it doesn't show my line that I'm sewing through. So go ahead and just keep on sewing your strap onto your hat all the way around and even to the front to hold it down. All right, and then there you have it. You have your little HMONG hat.